Africa, the world's second largest continent, is emerging as a pivotal player in global geopolitics and trade. For decades, its narrative was shaped by colonial exploitation and external control. Today, Africa stands at the crossroads of opportunity, leveraging its partnerships with major powers like Russia and China to redefine its place in the global order. But this transformation raises crucial questions. How are these alliances shaping Africa's future? Can they help Africa break free from its colonial legacy, or will history repeat itself under different players? Let's dive into the forces at play and examine the implications for the continent and the world. If you are intrigued by Africa's transformation, don't forget to like and share this video to spark a conversation about this fascinating global shift. Africa's current challenges are deeply rooted in its colonial past. For over a century, European powers divided the continent, extracting resources while reshaping its economic and political structures to serve their interests. This legacy persists in many ways. Colonial powers emphasized cash crops and resource extraction, leaving African economies dependent on raw material exports and vulnerable to price shocks. Industrialization was actively suppressed to eliminate competition with European goods. Railways, ports, and roads were built primarily to extract resources, leaving many regions disconnected and underdeveloped. The Uganda Railway, for instance, linked East Africa's interior to the coast but ignored the needs of local communities. Education and healthcare systems were designed to serve the colonial administration, leaving post-independence Africa with limited capacity to build skilled workforces or robust institutions. While the scars of colonization run deep, African nations are leveraging their abundant resources, youthful population, and strategic location to reassert control over their destiny. Russia's re-engagement with Africa is a calculated move rooted in history. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union was a staunch supporter of African liberation movements, aiding nations like Angola, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique in their struggles for independence. Today, Russia is leveraging this goodwill to secure its strategic interests. Russia has signed defense agreements with over 20 African nations, providing arms, military training, and security services. For example, Mali and the Central African Republic have strengthened ties with Russia for security support, often in the face of waning Western influence. Beyond military aid, Russia is expanding its economic footprint. Agreements to build nuclear power plants, such as the one in Egypt, highlights its role in addressing Africa's energy needs. Events like the Russia-Africa Summit showcase Moscow's commitment to deepening ties. These summits have resulted in agreements on trade, infrastructure, and resource development. Russia's approach emphasizes political solidarity and mutual respect, positioning it as an alternative to Western powers often perceived as paternalistic. If Russia's role is strategic, China's is transformative. Over the past 2 decades, China has become Africa's largest trading partner, with trade exceeding $282 billion in 2022. Its Belt and Road Initiative has fundamentally altered Africa's infrastructure landscape. Kenya's Standard Gauge Railway, this $3.6 billion project, connects Mombasa to Nairobi, slashing travel times and boosting trade efficiency. Djibouti-Ethiopia Railway, completed in 2016, this electrified railway links Ethiopia's capital to Djibouti's port, facilitating regional trade. Maputo-Katembe Bridge, Africa's longest suspension bridge built in Mozambique, promotes economic integration by linking previously isolated regions. China's recent announcement of zero tariff treatment for 98% of products from several African nations, including Angola and Madagascar, signals a major shift in trade relations. This initiative boosts African exports, reduces trade imbalances, and strengthens economic ties. But what do these developments mean for Africa's autonomy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Africa's partnerships with Russia and China reflect a broader geopolitical shift, where African nations are diversifying their alliances to maximize their leverage. However, the success of these partnerships hinges on several factors. African nations must negotiate fair trade deals that prioritize local industries and job creation. Over-reliance on resource extraction could replicate the pitfalls of the colonial era. While Chinese-financed projects have transformed connectivity, concerns about debt sustainability and ownership of key infrastructure remain. By aligning partnerships with regional goals, such as the African Continental Free Trade Area, African countries can ensure these investments contribute to broader economic integration. Africa is no longer a passive player in global politics. Its partnerships with Russia and China are redefining its geopolitical standing, giving it the tool to shape its own future. However, the continent's leaders must remain vigilant to ensure these relationships foster mutual benefit rather than perpetuate dependency. As we witness this transformation, one thing is clear: Africa's voice in global affairs is growing louder, and its choices today will shape the world of tomorrow. If you enjoyed this in-depth analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on the latest insights into global geopolitics. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.